Hello everybody, Don here with the next update on the Corsair project. Hope you're able to see all that. It's just a short little run around the yard taxi test. I wanted to take it over to the park over there, but the winds are pretty breezy here today and I didn't want to do too much over there. I wanted to actually get the wings on it and run it around, but it's just too windy today. I'm pretty well shielded here in my work airspace here. Last weekend, apologize for not getting the video out, but it was Memorial Weekend and I kind of got into a conundrum of what I want to do. So Saturday morning I came out and started digging on this tree stump, and from about here all the way around, over half of this thing I dug out, and that's the remnants of what I dug out. That is all the roots that I took out of this thing. I mean, look at the size of these roots. Unbelievable how big some of them roots were. Again, that was an ash tree, because I was trying to find a way to get the airplane out of the shed. So Saturday, Sunday, I spent 2 whole days digging this out. Used the pressure washer to do some strip mining under the roots. These roots were crisscrossed all over the place. But you can see here, basically from here around, right to there, the roots are cut and cut and cut. So this whole side is root free, and I still have half of it over there. But then you can see it was still too high. This spot was higher, this spot was higher than my shed, so it was kind of uphill. So you can see I took the chainsaw and cut a path in there, in and out. So I did that yesterday. Yesterday I came out here and worked on that. Got the wife out here with me and she helped me bring it out, and it was pretty easy. We got it all the way out to here, and then I had a little hump in there to grind out. Cut that out, and then I was able to get it out the rest of the way by myself. But I spent a good hour yesterday getting this plane out. And then last weekend I was hoping to do this video on Monday, but because I was using so much water, threw all the dirt back in and wet it down, it was just entirely too soft, too soupy to do anything. We've had a whole week here of beautiful 70s, upper 70s, low 80 temperatures all week. Yesterday we were up in the mid to upper 70s. Today we're down around 70, 72 and windy. So it was windy all yesterday, all last night. So there you go, folks. That's the first. I can see I keep bumping this flap setting with my leg or something. Keep putting them. I might have to do something about that. But that's basically, it's not the first taxi. Yesterday I did 3 loops around here to get used to it, and let me tell you, it's a learning curve just taxiing this thing. Because generally at low speed that rudder is not effective, it doesn't work. So you have to use the independent brakes on this to turn, and these brake pedals are really hard. There's no sponginess to them, they are hard, but to keep this thing from rolling you got to put some good pressure on them to hold them. So I'm pushing on the rudder and stepping on the brake as hard as I can to get it to turn in the driveway, because that tail wheel, as you see, is just a swivel. My last loop here I kind of cut it a little wide and had to go out across the road. I got to be careful because there's a pipe sticking out of the ground right here. I didn't want the tail to hit. I could have tried to turn, but I might have caught that with the tail wheel, water pipe. So, but like I said, I was really hoping to do this last week. After 2 days of digging, come Monday, Labor Day, I just basically kicked back again because it was too soupy over there to work. So I got lucky. I didn't have to call my brother or anything. The wife was enough help to get this thing out of there. So now, as you can see, it's a pig, filthy pig, needs cleaned. But I at least wanted to get a video in, at least show you this much. I was really hoping to put the wings on and take it out there and roll it around and have the wife film it for me, even though she probably can't do a good job at it. That's why I went ahead and just threw it on the tripod. It looks a little far away on the camera lens, but we'll see what it looks like on when I put it in the computer. But at least I wanted to get that out so you guys can see it. Still have no word back from my friend yet for the hangar, so I'm going to give him a call tonight. It's been a month since I called him. Haven't been able to see him, talk to him, and been doing other things this week. always something going on. And this coming week I got another doctor's appointment, so Tuesday, and the wife's home this week for her 1 week of vacation, so spend some time with her, I guess, and then I got to work Wednesday, Thursday, Friday afternoons. But well, I hope you like that. I just wanted to get a quick video content so you guys can see what's going on. I know it'll look a whole lot better with the wings on it, taxiing around like that, but I can tell you one thing, that motor is very, very easy revving, and it's very easy to over throttle it. So you got to be very, very careful with that. But I did notice, I was mentioning the rudder, just then when I was moving it, I was using the rudder, and there is actually some effect on there. I think it's because my propeller is large enough that it hangs out farther than a normal war aircraft prop would. Sometimes they're 3-blade, but a lot of times they're just a 2-blade, and they only stick out the cowling about half as much as this. They're not very big because it's only 100 horse, the Continental, and this is a 140 horse. But I think the prop wash was enough to hit that rudder, and this thing does turn very easy back here. So with the prop blast over there, I think that was giving me a little help. So I guess I could have it zoomed in just a little bit for you. But that's it. I had to just throw this cowling on real quick yesterday. I misplaced one of my rods. I cannot find the other rod. I did have another one, but it only goes in, about to here. But I'm pretty sure this is the correct one, and why the second one wasn't there. I know I didn't use it on anything. It just slid down, fell somewhere, but I got to do some cleaning in the garage. But that was on this side. This one here, like I said, this isn't the correct one for it. Like I say, it only comes up into here. It's got to come all the way up to here, and then these 3 screws in the front. I got to mix up some paint, get that painted, do a couple little touch-ups like here. The tail's got a little touch-up from when I put it in the shed last fall. Got a little scratch mark on there to touch up. But all in all, it's ready to go. You can see the tubes. Again, this is the pitot, this is static, and the other connectors on the wing connection. The other flap again hooks up to here for the 3rd flap, and then your aileron attaches to these points, and then your wing fittings. So it's ready to go, and I really want to get this out to the field. If I can't get out to this field, I don't know what it's going to be, how long it's going to be before I can find someplace else. I don't want to have to travel an hour to go flying, or go from here to the airport, take an hour up and mess around, an hour back, and then if something needs fixed, you're gonna go come back and tools. It's a real pain to run back and forth from a hangar. And the nice thing with this field I want to go to, it's only 4 miles from the house. So if I need to come home and grab a wrench, no big deal. All right, well, I don't think there's anything else to report on. I was going to get some paint on these. I might still do that before tonight. I'll wipe these down, scrub them again with a piece of Scotch-Brite, wipe them down, at least get the green primer, etching primer on there, and then I'll have to mix up the intermediate blue to paint those with, and they'll be ready to go on. I fitted them up against the wing there, and they look like they're going to fit good. The only thing I got to do is that tinware comes back to the back of the spar, and it's got to be back here underneath behind us, so I have to cut a slot for this hinge, and then there's another hinge out here on the outer wing that it may have to cut a slot for that too. So because the panel comes clear back to here, so I got to cut a slot so the panel will fit over this on both sides. Again, this is that little opening I was telling you about where you can't screw up into it, because I got to be able to get up in here to put this screw in for the push tube, and then get to this top bolt. And then your hands, I made this just big enough to get your hand up in here and do that. It's best to run the bolt this way. They can work, but when you're putting these wings on, it's kind of a royal pain. They will be, they're just castle nuts. They're not on lock and castle, so it's a double safety. So I don't think and then I've got this compression bushing in here. When you tighten it up, everything tightens. There's a bushing in here, so when you tighten this up, the controls will still work, because the bushing's longer than this. So it's kind of where I'm at. All I did, I checked the tire pressure. One was only down a couple pounds. They hold 50 psi, so I topped them off, because when I tried taxiing yesterday, it seemed to be a little funny on taxiing. Again, this propeller is a counter rotation to a normal aircraft engine. A normal engine turns clockwise. which causes the aircraft to torque steer left, which means you hold right rudder on takeoff. This one spins counterclockwise, so the engine torque is to the right, so then you got to hold left rudder on takeoff. So once you learn to fly rudder pedals on a plane, it doesn't matter if it's right torque, left torque, your feet will just automatically compensate. Plus, what helps is my gyrocopter has the exact same prop configuration as this, so I always had to use left takeoff and down. My CGS Hawk, I don't remember if that was right or left. Again, your feet just do what they have to do. So once you learn, it's just like riding a bike. It's second nature. You start steering left or right, you just give the opposite response in the pedals. Alright folks, I'm just going to keep this one short. Not much to update on, but I still haven't gone on and did my test yet for my medical to finish that up. Again, I'm still in no big hurry until this thing's out to the field. And I haven't even really went in to look to see what it is, but apparently it's pretty simple. Okay folks, as always, feel free to leave any comments, questions, concerns. I'll answer them as they come along, and appreciate everybody taking their time to watch these videos. Be sure to share, like, subscribe, like everybody tells you to do. Do it or don't. I could care less one way or the other. But again, appreciate the people that do watch these videos, and that's the whole idea of this content, is to give people an understanding of what it takes to build a war aircraft replica. Somebody posted a question, what's war? War aircraft replicas. That's the company who sells these plans, blueprints. So, alright folks, hopefully we'll get something going here. I gotta give this thing a bath yet, get the wings on her, and then get her out to the field. Maybe if I can't get to the field, maybe next weekend will be better than this weekend, and we'll get some longer runs, and I'll have the wife out here, see how she can do with video, how her videography is. So, alright, that's going to do it for this week, folks. Thanks for stopping in, and I'll see you guys next week. This is Done and Done out.